Hello everybody and welcome to your instructional assembly video for your purchased product. Now, before we get to assembly, let's go through our assembly parts over here. So first things first, we have a selection of boards. Now the first board is our big board over here. And at the bottom of it, I've already put on our EVA gaskets, of which there will be 4 in your package. Then we have a medium-sized board, 3 small boards, your lower frame and your upper frame. Then you have a selection of tubing over here that's marked A, B, C, D, and E. And then here we have 8 long screws, 9 short screws with nuts, and lastly, most importantly, your little Allen key for assembly. Okay, what I would like to do when I do my assembly is just methodically lay them out in place as you would do your assembly. So first we're going to take our big board, the board that goes on the bottom, and in your packaging you'll see again the EVA gaskets. You can just fit them to the bottom of your big board over here. Now, we have 1 hole here at the front and 2 here at the back. So for the hole in the front, you're going to take this one, tube B, and a long screw, and you're going to fit it into place like so. So simply just push through the screw over this side and screw your tube into place. So let's do this first one. Now, very importantly, when you screw your tubes into place, please ensure that these little mounts for screws all face towards the inside of the board. So, like so. For example, this would be incorrect, and this would be the correct way around. So let's move on. Let's go to our lower frame over here. The lower frame is marked G. So let's take 2 more long screws, 1 over here and 1 over here. And again, with the screw plates facing towards the inside, let's screw this into place. Let's do one side very loosely first, then move towards the next side over here. Let me see if I can get it in. There we go. Like so. Screw them all the way in. Take your Allen key. Make sure they're nice and snug and tight. Oops, there we go. Okay, that's one done. Let's do the other one over here. And there we have our assembled base. So again, big board goes at the bottom, your tube named B goes over here, and your lower frame named G goes over here. And again, make sure that these all face inward. Now, let's go to the next step from here. I'll face it towards you. We're going to take this tube marked C, and we are going to connect it in the middle like so. So we're going to take another long screw. We'll put it in here at the bottom like so, and then simply just screw this tube into place as well like so. Just make sure, again, that the plates for the screws all face inward. So let's do that. Let's make sure the Allen key is in place over there. Tighten it up. There we go, like so. Now, we're going to take these 2 tubes marked D, 1 tube marked E, and we're going to fit them into place. Now, it says here that tube D goes here at the front, and it would simply just slide in. Now, this would be the incorrect way. You need to make sure about the spacing, that the spacing all lines up. So this would be the correct way. So this screw plate lines up with this screw plate over here. Then we're going to put in another one marked D on this side. Now, if you're confused as to where to put this second tube. You can always just look here, we're going to fix a small board, and over here we're going to fix a small board, like a stepped fashion. So the D1 will go over on this side, and then the one marked E will simply just go on the opposite end, like so. Just make sure that they're firmly in place. Now, from here, we're going to start fitting our small boards. So we're going to take one's going to go over here, and another is going to go over here. So for that, you're going to take your short screws and then your locking nuts, 3 per board, 1, 2, and 3 over here. We're going to take our first board, just make sure they line up, yes, like so, and we're going to just screw it into place like that. So let's get started with that process. Take our nut and simply just screw in the nut at the bottom, like so. Take our second screw, feed it all the way through, take our nut, tie it into place like so, and then our final one over here, short screw and nut, just like that. Now, in ascending order, over here on this side, we're going to fix our second small board, and again, 3 screws, short length screws, and 3 nuts over here. So let's take the first one, push it through. I'm going to take our nut, screw it into place like so, pull it sideways so you can see. Then our second one over here, again, short screw, oops, oh, my nut went flying. There we go. And we're going to fit that one into place over there. And our last one, 2 of our small boards have been installed. So let's move on to our final few steps. So here we have our upper frame marked F, and then our upper tube marked A. So let me get on my knees for this one. Over here, we're simply just going to slide in tube A. And again, if you're unsure about which way is the right way, just make sure that the screw plates are aligned the same height. So again, this would be incorrect, this would be correct. And again, you'll see that there's a little lip over here, and that lip just slides in like that, very simply. Now, for the other end, same as before, it's going to slip in like that, your upper frame. And then here in the middle, with tube C, you'll see that there is a hole. Now this hole is for another long screw. So the long screw just simply goes in there. And we are going to take our Allen key and just tighten this screw. There we go. Okay, now that that's fitted into place, we're going to take our final small board. Let me turn it this way so you can see. And we are just going to fit it like that. So we're going to take our final 3 short screws and their nuts and screw the final small board into place, like so. There's one. And, ooh, let me find it, there we go. Here's number 2. And number 3 over here. There we go. Now, all that's left to do is fit our medium-sized board right at the top. Now, if you're confused as to which side is the top, you'll see that here are screw holes, but here they're perforated. So this side goes at the top. So your screw is flush with the board, like so. So put that board right there on top. We're going to take our final 3 long screws and then fit them. Whoop, just line them up like so. There's one. Here's number 2. And here is number 3. And then to finish our assembly over here, we're just going to take our Allen key and make sure that they are fit tightly into place and flush with the board. Like so. There's one. And here is number 2. And lastly, number 3. And there you have your fully assembled 5-tier flower stand.